Hey lads and ladies, the Royalivi here and welcome back to the Sorare Road to Glory 2023 edition, and I'm kind of having like a Sorare mental breakdown right now. Game week 337, Millwall unfortunately lost 1-0 to Middlesbrough, tough game there, but you know, whatever, I picked the correct starting lineup and they did enough to bag me the first threshold, and that's what the Millwall lads are there for, the threshold. So even on bad weeks it's nice to see them hit the first mark there, so no dramas, happy about that. But then look at this, All-Star Limited, I got 311 points, and if I do the maths, 311 is bigger than 300, and that was always sort of the ballpark I used for what would be good enough for a reward. Like 311 points was not enough for a 50p shitty tier 3 limited card, and that does not kindle joy with me. And granted, I got my captain choice wrong there, and poor scores from Oblak and Kostic didn't help, but 311 points not being enough for even the lowest of the low, the real scum of the reward pool right there is, yeah, I mean, it's not so much of a problem because all the managers who finished above me did better than me, but you know, it doesn't kindle joy, and as you can tell, I'm all about the joy in 2023, so I don't know, it just makes me not want to be involved with limited cards right now. Now, is this an overall reflection on the state of the limited side of things on Sorare right now? Probably not, most likely just me being a little bitch, but I then went into full midlife crisis mode. I got a list of all my limiteds and set the lowest sell price I would list them for, and yes, I know Sorare data would tell me all of this as well, but I like my little Excel documents, alright, they kindle joy, you know, unlike this cunt, Philip Kostic, he does not kindle joy. But yeah, if I went lowest sell price with all my limiteds right now, I would get somewhere in the region of 1.9 Ethereum, which, you know, isn't an insignificant amount of capital to put into the account in other areas. You know, I've had, you know, wins in my time, so I've recouped a bit for sure, but I've definitely probably taken a small net L on limited, which, you know, is fine. You win some, you lose a lot, but you lose some. No point becoming emotionally attached to these cards, you know, sunk cost fallacy and all of that shit, you know, proper business shit right here. The fuck am I talking about? Yeah, the fact I would only take a small L on limiteds if I sold up is lovely, because looking at this Excel list here, I have bought some proper shite during my limited career. Hotter here, I paid £500 for at the start of this season. He's worth a little over £200 now, obviously a great player, but you know, is it worth it? Probably not. You know, Bastoni, I'm sure he was like 150 to 200 pounds. You can now get him for 40 quid. And fuck me, this Norwich stack that I bought here for 0.3 Ethereum, I would struggle to get 0.1 Ethereum back right now. I bought them and they decided to go on a 6-game losing streak, which, you know, just does not kindle joy with me. And my worst purchase is by a long shot David Turnbull, worth a little over a tenner now, and I'm actually scared to look at how much I spent on him, honestly, but it was definitely over £100, which, it's rough to look at. It's rough to look at. And now the crossroad becomes, do I sell up these limited cards to potentially invest in a super rare team? I could always keep some limited cards for the cap coverage coming in February, or do I keep all the limited cards, keep on rolling with them for the content? I say that as a slight joke because they don't bring any fucking content. I mean, how many times can I sit here and make the same fucking shitty tier 3 limited card joke every video? Oh my god, I want another tier 3 limited card, guys. Fucking come on, Royalivi. Get some new original content, you fucking piece of shit. I don't fucking know, right? I want a super rare cap team, so, you know, that's what I'm going to fucking do. So I've gone out and got goalkeeper Christian Kahlina of Charlotte FC to get the ball rolling. Got him for 0.83 Ethereum, 2 years left on his contract, where I have to assume he will be number 1. Except that 6 hours after I fucking bought Kahlina, I found out he was out with surgery with a back injury. Like, fuck me. It's terrible timing on my part. I mean, obviously it's probably a bit more terrible for Kahlina, who has the actual injury, but, you know, it still does not kindle joy with me. I had plans to get Cisniega in his cover, actually, but obviously on the news of Kahlina's injury, Cisniega's floor price jumped up, so, yeah, great stuff. I've effectively just burned £1,000 there on an injured player, but, you know, it sounds like a slipped disc or some shit. I'm not a doctor of the back, so, I imagine he could be spondoolied for a long fucking time, maybe until the summer or some shit. I don't fucking know. I guess my overall feelings on the matter are, fuck! Hey everyone, and welcome to Calming Meditations with me, Royalivi. Imagine yourself sitting in the lush wilderness. Birds are chirping, fireflies float in the cool winter breeze, water trickles down a crystal clear stream. Now imagine being submerged in that stream. You're fighting to get back above the surface, but the ferocious current keeps pushing you down. As you fight, gasping for air, you see a shadowy figure above the surface. They reach a hand out, but instead of pulling you out of the water, they just push you further back in. You notice that the figure is none other than Charlotte FC goalkeeper Christian Kahlina. You beg for salvation as the water fills your lungs, desperate for the sweet inhalation of oxygen.
Fuck this.
Anyway, with all that fuckery out the way, let's all calm the fuck down and check out my lineups for Game Week 339. All-Star Rare there on the right is the main one, the big daddy of the lot, and we're going to go for those thresholds again. I've subbed Saville back in this week. Reckon he might start after Millwall's recent loss, but we shall see. And then I've got these two draft teams in La Liga and the new Bundesliga one. Now that returns to action this week. Opted for Mane and Goretzka there of Bayern Munich with Diaby pigeonholed in between. Honestly, not too interested in these drafts, but you know, they're good as a free-to-play aspect part of the game, especially for the new users. And you know, we had that quality of life announcement recently from Sorare. I just gave it a skim read. My brain just looked at it and sort of said, nah, not processing that right now. So yeah, fuck knows what's going on, honestly, but I'm sure once it all gets going, I'll figure it out. And I'm just all about the upgraded club shop and shiny new cosmetics, honestly. And back to the teams then. I've got the Serie A Challenge Limited team. Opted for putting the lads in here instead of the All-Star Limited competition this week. A bit more refined, if I say so myself. And yeah, hopefully Kostic can stop being fucking useless at Juventus and start kindling some fucking joy. And then the one I'm excited about, the Zagreb lads finally return after the World Cup. Obviously, Orsic has left the club, so Petkovic will be headlining the lineup here with a cheeky Boris Lambert thrown in between. I've actually sold his Eupen compatriot Leonard Mozart for 0.055 Ethereum, so no more limited under 23 side for me at the moment. So for the time being, Lambert fits in nicely here before I decide whether to grab another Zagreb player, for instance. I then got some shitty casual team here on the right, don't care about that. And my final team, my second division Norwich stack, and they've been historically shite for me, but I don't know, I think they could start to turn it around. Aarons is playing well, Omar Deli and Kroos are back in the side, Dow is getting in amongst the goals, and they won 4-0 last weekend, so yeah, positive vibes and all of that. Maybe this could be their week. And if you want to find out if it does end up being that Stacks week, then you're going to have to like and subscribe so you're ready for the next episode of The Road to Glory. Oh yeah, love you.